All right, folks, we are up to fly number 9 from Mike Valla's Tying the Founding Flies. And this one is Lew Oatman's Golden Darter. Now, Lew Oatman was from upstate New York, was kind of an Adirondacks guy, and he's pretty well recognized for coming up with streamer baitfish patterns. He was born in 1902, died in 1958, so he died pretty young at 56 years old. And while A.J. McLean did talk about this one we're going to tie the Golden Darter in a Field and Stream article in 1951, he didn't really get the recognition he might have deserved until Joseph Bates talked about him in his 1956 streamer fly tying and fishing. And he's probably most well known for the Shoeshine Postmaster, but this one, the Golden Darter, along with the partner, the Silver Darter, is a pretty good pattern in itself. He said it was a great trout and a bass pattern, and it worked in rivers and still waters. Now, it is a featherwing, so it's not the easiest pattern to tie, but one of the good things about featherwing streamers, if you don't get them perfect, they're still going to fish just fine. So there it is in the vise, Lew Oatman's Golden Darter from Mike Valla's Tying the Founding Flies. Now, sizes for this are 6 to 10. I'm going to go with a size 8. Let's go ahead and get this barb pinched. Now, folks have said before that that's not the smartest thing to pinch your barbs with the jaws of your vise, and that's probably true, but I've done it for a long time and I haven't messed up these jaws yet, so I'm still kind of lazy and still do that. But go ahead and pinch a barb however you want. White thread, whatever thickness you want. This is a 52 denier, I think. We're not going to finish the fly with this white thread, but we're going to use it for the tail and the body. And the tail, just a small slip of mottled turkey. So let's get this caught in right here. Don't even need 2 slips. I'm going to do a little pinch wrap, kind of loose right there, and it might bunch up on us right there. Yeah, it did a little bit, but you know, we can try to keep that on top of the hook. Do a little maneuvering right there. Yeah, that's close enough. It's not an Instagram fly. So I'm going to just go ahead and bury that nub right there. Now we'll catch in our rib, which is a Mylar tinsel. And gold on one side, silver on the other. I want the gold showing. So I'm going to catch it in with the gold side toward the hook. Just somewhere up here in front of these thread wraps. Right there on top. Okay, that'll work. Now let's bring our thread up to about the middle of the hook, maybe somewhere a little closer to the front. And if you need to, go ahead and park this tinsel with your magnet. Now, the one I had in the vise at the beginning, I used 1 strand of yellow floss for the body, and it took quite a bit. If you catch it in at the front, I'll show you here what I'm talking about. It took about 12 or 14 inches of floss if I just used 1 strand. So this, I'm going to catch in 3 strands here. Can you see that? That's 3. And I do need to snip this right up here. And I'm going to leave my thread up front. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap down and then all the way back up and then probably halfway down again and then back up. So I might get a little bit of a cigar shape. That will be my intent. Might not happen, but we'll try anyway. And we'll see if 3 strands turned out to be a little easier than the 1 strand. And I'm going to speed this up because literally this will take 1.5 minutes or 2, and you don't want to watch me just twisting this on here for the next couple of minutes. All right, let's catch this off, and I don't know that 3 strands made it any easier. In fact, I don't think it did at all. And I've got a little bit of a lump right there in the first third. So that's a little bit annoying, but you know what? This is a fishing fly. I'm not going to worry about it. Now, if you have any little scraggly coming off from your floss, you can go ahead and trim them, or you can wait and then wrap your rib, and sometimes the rib will hide them. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. I want the gold out and evenly spaced, however close together you think looks good. All right, we'll catch this off up here at the front. And don't worry about that last wrap. It's probably not going to be seen, but what I like to do with a tinsel rib like this, fold it back, take a few wraps with it folded back. That just makes it a little bit more durable and less likely to ever come undone when you're fishing it. Now the next component is our throat, and it's a small jungle cock body feather. Now if you don't have this, I think any soft hackle, partridge, really anything is probably going to be fine. So I'm going to do a couple of loose wraps right there and then just check it. That's a little bit long, so let's pull it shorter and it will bunch them up, and that's fine. The picture in Valla's book, they were also just a little bit bunched up. Okay, that's going to work. Not perfect, but I'm going to secure that and live with that throat like that. And now for the proper wing golden badger, either from a saddle or from a cape. Try to pick a couple of feathers where you get that dark stripe. And one tip for catching in feather wings, I've stripped off just a couple more fibers from the bottom side. Sometimes that helps keep this wing to lay a little flatter. Sometimes it doesn't really make a difference, but we'll do a couple of loose wraps. My goal here will be to keep these kind of in the plane of the hook. So we've got a couple of loose wraps, and take a look at it. That is pretty much in the plane of the hook. So can I get my tight wraps on here without it spinning around? Sort of, and maybe mostly, but it's a little bit canted. But again, this is a fish and fly. I'm not gonna back it off and spend a whole lot of time trying to make it perfect. So let's snip off these stems right here. And I'll go ahead and do a quick whip finish here. Now I'll catch in some black thread. This is a 74 denier from the Fly Smith. Great stuff. Check it out if you haven't yet. Now if you want to put jungle cock eyes and you have some, now's the time to do it. If not, just go ahead and finish it, call it done. I've got a few of these nails left. They are in horrible shape, but I'm going to go ahead and just catch them in anyway. My cape is pretty much down to end of life. It's end of life cycle here, but you know, I've got a couple that are almost serviceable, so I will catch them in. And I usually do jungle cock eyes one at a time. And this one is even worse than the one you see on your side. But you know what? It is what it is. Let's secure these and snip off this excess up front. And let's just try to build our big old streamer head. So push those back a little bit, take my thread right back behind the eye, and then ramp it back up. And don't be afraid to make a bigger head. I want it a little bit bigger than that. It is a streamer, so I'm going to build it up a little bit more bulk in the back here. So there we go. Do we have any cleanup? Yeah, I could probably clean this thing up a lot, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. It's a fish and fly. I'm putting a drop of head cement on it. It's going in my streamer box. So that's it, my friends. I appreciate you watching. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time.